Sa pre-space. No.
And now for our feature presentation.
I want to welcome you all to my second game of Jeopardy for the Sega Genesis, in which so far I've picked up $50,400 in just one game. A lot of cash to walk away with, but a little more would never hurt, so let's see how I do. This is Jeopardy for the Sega Genesis. I have over $50,000 in cash. $50,400 is a one-game winning total. And here we go. Today we have Lynn and Kurt. Let's load up the 6 categories. For this game of Jeopardy, we have the following categories.
Here are the categories.
Hollywood marriages, spelling, world capitals, for the kids, history, and finally, U.S. history. A couple of history categories back to back. Let's begin. Hollywood marriages for 100, please. Mike Todd's son was best man when she married Eddie Fisher. Who's Debbie Reynolds?
Sorry?
No, that's wrong. Off to a bad start, but that's okay. If I want to try to add on to my $50,000 in cash, then I'd better... Well...
Sorry?
Lynn starts off in the hole. Kurt. He doesn't know either.
Sorry?
So everybody lost out on that one. I'm willing to bet now it's Elizabeth Taylor.
No, the correct response?
It is Elizabeth Taylor. That's correct. That's okay. Let's try again. Hollywood marriages for 200. She's the wife of actor Maxwell Caulfield and the daughter of Sir John Mills. Who is Haley Mills?
Sorry?
Oh, it's not Haley Mills? Oh, Juliet Mills.
You are correct.
Darn. It's not Haley Mills. It's Julie Mills. Hollywood marriages 300. Matt Lattanzi, who played a small role in Grease 2, married this star of Grease #1, who is Olivia Newton-John. Off to a bad start this game, but I hope I can turn that around, because I want to add on my $50,000 in cash.
You are correct.
There we go. I'm out of the hole now. And I'm out of the hole. I don't have any money yet. Hollywood marriages 400. He might have sung his own song, What Kind of Fool Am I, when he got divorced from Joan Collins. Don't know. Whew. Kurt. Doesn't know.
Sorry?
So he goes back in the hole. He's at minus 300, which is where I was at earlier. Lynn. Who is Anthony Newley. Anthony Newley.
You are correct.
He's the one. So Lynn's out of the hole and she's got some cash, $300. Hollywood marriage is 500. No longer married to Quincy Jones, this Mod Squad actor has returned to acting. Whew. Lynn, who is Peggy Lipton.
You are correct.
Yeah, she's the one. So Lynn goes to $800. Going on. Spelling for 100. A space from which all or most of the air has been removed, or a hoover. What is a vacuum?
You are correct.
Finally, I have some money. $100. I'll go with spelling for 200, please. In fish restaurants, restrooms are often marked gulls and this. Lynn. What are buoys?
You are correct.
Buoys. She's at $1,000. History for 100. This nation's conquistadors called the New World El Dorado. What is Spain?
You are correct.
There we go. I'll take history for 200, please. I'm trying to get some more money. Signal to kill a vanquished gladiator, it imitated a sword thrust. Lynn. She's got a lot of money right now. What is thumbs down?
You are correct.
And at this point, she has $1,000 more than I do. But let's keep going. Alright, history for 300. Century of both American and French revolutions. What is the 18th?
You are correct.
It is the 18th century, yes. I'll go with history for 400. The Treaty of Vereeniging ended this conflict, which is more interesting than it sounded. What is the Boer War?
You are correct.
To $900 now. And let's go with the $500 clue, please. The number of days between Napoleon's return from Elba and his final defeat. 100?
You are correct.
It was 100, so now I take the lead. I'm at 1,400. Okay, let's keep it going. Spelling for 300. Daily Double. Okay, well I started off badly, but I've bounced into the lead, and I'm going to bet it all. Here's the clue. Word always used to describe Al Yankovic, who lost on Jeopardy. Good thing I bet it all. What is weird?
You are correct.
So I go up to $2,800, and I doubled my money. Spelling for 400. To spell in an incorrect way. What is misspell?
You are correct.
Right again, $3,200. I have $2,000 more than Lynn, and I'd like to close the category. From the French, a person employed to drive a motor vehicle. What is a chauffeur?
You are correct.
Right again, $3,700, and I have the next selection. World capital is 100. Costa Rican capital people might know the way to. What is San Jose?
You are correct.
Right. I'll go with world capitals for 200. It's divided into Kanda, Marunouchi, Akatsuka, and Ginza districts. What is, I'm gonna have to take a guess and say what is Cairo.
Sorry?
No, not Cairo. Down to 3,600. But I'm doing better than Sorry, I'm doing better than I was at the very beginning of the game, but I have over $3,000. What is, well...
Sorry?
Kurt is making a pika-rupa of himself. This is a time where I can actually get away with saying it due to having no Skype guests. Lynn, do you know the answer? Oh, Tokyo!
You are correct.
I was definitely in the wrong continent. Wrong part of the world. Okay, Lynn, keep going. U.S. History 100. In 1963, 200,000 Washington marchers heard him say, "I have a dream." It was Martin Luther King Jr. Speaking of which, we just celebrated Martin Luther King Jr. Day a few days ago. Now this is being recorded early on a Saturday morning at 3:30 in the morning. The reason why I'm recording that late is because I can't sleep.
You are correct.
Yeah, it's 3:31 to be more exact, but that's okay. I'll probably go to bed once I finish recording. U.S. History for 200. The last occasion when Congress declared war against any country. I'm not sure. Let's see if Kurt knows this any better than I do. What was World War II?
You are correct.
There he goes. He's still in the hole, but he might improve. Let's find out. Keep going. World capital is 300. Home to NATO and little green sprouts. What is Brussels? Brussels is the capital of Belgium. Oh, shoot. There.
You are correct.
$4,000 now. I'll take the $400 clue. This capital street signs are in English, Arabic, and Hebrew. English, Arabic, and Hebrew. I'm going to say, what is Jerusalem?
You are correct.
Jerusalem, Israel. Yes. World capitals for 500. If the other twin had founded it, it might have been called Ream. What is Rome?
You are correct.
Alright. I was taking a bit of a guess on that one, but it was a good guess nonetheless. U.S. History for 300. Enacted in 1913, the 16th Amendment was necessary to make us pay it. What is income tax?
You are correct.
Alright. I have U.S. History for 400. The only state carried by George McGovern in the 1972 election. Ooh, excuse me. I know I need to be asleep right now, but I'm having fun right now. Lynn, do you know? What is Massachusetts? Yep.
You are correct.
So Lynn goes up to 1,800. Will she finish the category or go to For the Kids? She'll finish the category. Known as Robin Hood of the Forest, he captured Fort Ticonderoga in 1775. Who's Ethan Allen? That's right, ladies and gentlemen. I'm keeping this run going.
You are correct.
$5,700. That just leaves For the Kids left. Let's go ahead and start with the $100 clue. Number in common to blind mice, bags of wool, and men in a tub. What is 3?
You are correct.
200. He was the sleeping sheep and cow herder. Who was Little Boy Blue. And that's going to put me at $6,000. 300. Show which features Alistair Cookie's Monster Piece Theater. What is Sesame Street? Show I used to watch growing up as a little kid. Before I switched to Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego a couple of years later.
You are correct.
Alright. 6,300. Let's take the $400 clue. Janet and Mark have replaced this classic reading primer pair. Who are Dick and Jane?
You are correct.
Alright, and we have one clue left on the board for $500. Let's look at it now. This fairy tale cat could fill JR's shoes. Who is Puss in Boots?
You are correct.
So at the end of the Jeopardy round, I'm at 7,200, Lynn 1,800, Kurt minus 300. So let's go ahead and get things started with
Double Jeopardy.
which will double the dollar values and put 2 daily doubles on the board. And 6 all new categories. What are we going to get this time?
Here are the categories.
Mammals, musical instruments, dry up with dry in quotation marks, weights and measures, food, and finally, odd jobs. There are some odd jobs out there, I'll tell you that. But let's go ahead and get things started. Mammals for 200. In poor light, this sense in cats can be 6 times sharper than man's. What is sight?
You are correct.
Yes. I'll go with mammals for 400, please. Though classed as carnivores, these black and white bears primarily eat bamboo shoots. What are pandas?
You are correct.
Alright, I'll have mammals for 600. Porpoises are the smallest toothed varieties of these. What are whales?
You are correct.
Oh yeah! 8,400. I'll have mammals for 800, please. One variety of these armored creatures can be 5 feet long and weigh 120 pounds. What is an armadillo? What are armadillos?
You are correct.
9,200. And I'll have mammals for 1,000. Female rabbits mate within 12 hours after each repetition of this life cycle event. What is giving birth? And that will put me in the 5 figures at $10,200. As we keep the game moving along smoothly.
You are correct.
$10,200. Okay, let's have musical instruments for 200. Goodman's licorice stick. What is the clarinet? Excuse me. Sorry, folks. Sneezing.
You are correct.
Okay, could I have musical instruments for 400, please? Afro-Cuban skins that kept the beat for beatnik poetry. What are bongos?
You are correct.
Alright. Okay, let's go with musical instruments for 600, please. Daily double. Okay, and I have 10,800. I'm feeling good. Let's go for it. Percussive plates that serve up a din. What are cymbals?
You are correct.
$21,600. Musical instruments for 800, please. Ravi Shankar inspired George Harrison to use this instrument with the Beatles. What is the sitar? And I have a lot of money at this point.
You are correct.
$22,400, and I'm closing out the category. Plucked instrument brought to the U.S. by slaves, now a fixture in bluegrass. What is the banjo?
You are correct.
And look at that money grow up. $23,400. Look at that money go up, by the way. Dry up, $200. George Jefferson's occupation. What is a dry cleaner?
You are correct.
Right again. $23,600. Dry up for $400, please. Everready, Mallory, and Rayovac. What are dry cells?
You are correct.
$24,000, and the money still goes up. Dry up for $600, please. English poet, author of Absalom and Achitophel. Who is John Dryden?
You are correct.
That is correct. I'll have dry up for $800. In the Bible, Ezekiel saw a valley full of them rise. What are dry bones?
You are correct.
Over $25,000 now. And I'll go with dry up for $1,000. Consisting of solid CO2, it contains no water. What is dry ice?
You are correct.
Over $26,000 in cash right now. As I go to weights and measures for $200. A span, which is approximately 9 inches long, is based on the span of this part of the body. What is the hand?
You are correct.
Woo! I'll go with weights and measures for $400. The other daily double. I don't know if I feel as gutsy about this one, but I'll go ahead and put on the line $13,400. Here's the clue. There are 4 gills in a pint, so there are this many gills in a quart. What is 16?
You are correct.
Yes! $40,000. Weights and measures for $600. In the metric system, the weight of 1 liter of water is equal to one of these units. Kurt. What is a kilogram? Correct.
You are correct.
Now he's out of the hole once again. He's got a little bit of some cash, $300. Weights and measures, $800. Unit of measure in printing. There are 12 of them to a pica, about 72 of them to an inch. Lynn. What is a point?
You are correct.
Yes, indeed. 2,600. Well, I have over 41 grand. I have 40 grand, actually. A measurement of force was named for this discoverer of gravity, who was Isaac Newton. Watching the money go up.
You are correct.
$41,000. Let's keep it going. I'll have food for $200. Risotto is a popular Italian dish that features this grain cooked in broth. What is rice?
You are correct.
Food for $400. A frittata is an open-faced variety of this. What is an omelet?
You are correct.
Uh-huh. Food for 600. Greek salads are usually distinguished by this cheese. What is feta?
You are correct.
Uh-huh. Food for 800. Keep the money coming. A very large, firm, meaty tomato, often served with onion slices in an oil and vinegar dressing. What is beefsteak?
You are correct.
Food for 1,000. From the Greek word for leaf, these leaf-like sheets of pastry are used to make baklava. I'm not too sure. Lynn doesn't know, so
Sorry.
you're gonna lose $1,000. Kurt. Oh, Philo.
You are correct.
Philo. I don't know how you say it. But either way, Kurt got it. That just leaves odd jobs. 4-letter word for a spiritual guide. Maharishi Mahesh Yogi is one. What is a guru?
You are correct.
Yes. 400, please. For 10% of the bail, he'll spring you from jail. What is a bail bondsman? And after I put in bail bondsman, we will go ahead and stop. So that way I can transfer the video.
You are correct.
And we'll finish up this game when we come back right after this. Okay, let's finish up our game. Odd jobs for 600. He raises penmanship to a fine art. Kurt. A calligrapher. That's correct.
You are correct.
We have 2 clues left. Let's look at the $800 clue. Here we go. Horse racing figures the British call turf accountants. I'm not too sure. See if Kurt knows this. What are bookies?
You are correct.
Yep. And we have 1 clue left on the board for $1,000 in the category of odd jobs. So here we go. What a Fletcher makes. A Fletcher makes arrows.
You are
At
correct.
the end of Double Jeopardy, I'm at 44,600. Kurt, 2,700. Lynn, 1,600. So let's see how Final Jeopardy goes in the category of Radio Heroes. Lynn. I don't know this, so how much am I going to wager? Nothing. Later a foil for Lucy as Harry Carter. He foiled Ming on radio as Flash Gordon. I don't know, so I'm going to say who is Corey Lawrence.
You know the correct response?
It was Gail Gordon. Well, didn't know it, but I didn't risk anything, so I'm okay. Lynn wagered 900, got it right. Kurt wagered everything, he got it right. I got it wrong. Oh, they responded me with a correct answer. But it's only because I didn't wager anything, but that's okay. This is definitely going to get a nomination for Funniest Moment of the Year later this year. And that brings me up, I have a 2-game winnings total of $95,000. That's right, $95,000 in just 2 games. Just $5,000 more dollars, and I'll have $100,000. See y'all for my 3rd game soon.